Hello and welcome to our conversation podcast. We're going to talk about the menopause today because we talked about the menopause on our recent walk on YouTube, and we thought there's so much more to say. And because of our lovely audience, they're people that are like us, you know, we're living this, female members, or it could be your partners that are living through MS.
Who I feel really sorry for.
MS was the MS and the menopause. Well, there you are. So, Suzanne, are you going through the menopause at the moment?
Oh God, yeah. I'm trying to think how long I've been going through it. 2, 3 years now. And for me, the hot flushes, but the full body tingling, that's the one thing I hate. I mean, brain fog, you go to the toilet and you can't remember why you went, or I go on my computer to type something in, can't remember what I was going to type. Then I can't find anything because I've put it down, but I can't find it. That's why I've got two remote controls for the TV.
Well, it's a bit like me, really, in that I first started the menopause. I think it was in 2015, and well, I'm not sure really in that, but I do remember I was on the rig. I'd nearly done, and you're not kind of gone through the menopause, or you need to have a whole year without a period. And I always remember I was working on the rig. I was, I nearly finished the 3 weeks. I was knackered, and I was looking forward to saying, "Oh, I'm through the menopause. I haven't had a period." And I had the biggest humdinger of a period in my life. I had nothing with me because I'd done 11 months without a period. I always remember that. And all I could do was just bawl my eyes out. I was absolutely devastated. I always remember that.
Oh,
But
yeah, I've got a really, really low emotions. I could sit on Instagram and within a minute I've got tears running down my face. Or I'm watching TV, tears running down my face within seconds. And it's just one of
no,
those things.
yeah, emotional part of the menopause is really relevant, isn't it? But also, what the confusion is as well with MS is that your emotions all over the place anywhere. Brain fog, my God, the menopause and MS. You see, this is where I had a problem at the start because I didn't know. I thought I was just going through the menopause and suffering from the brain fog, the fatigue, the hot flushes and things like that. But actually, I was really suffering and going through a real big relapse with my MS, which hadn't been diagnosed then. It was a really weird situation. I always remember that. Did you feel you lost yourself though, Suzanne?
Uh,
Or are lost?
I don't know if I lost myself. I've got a lifelong condition and I take medication for that. So I wasn't sure whether it was the medication or it was the menopause. But yeah, the brain fog is just, as I say, I put something down. I don't live in a very big area and I can't find it. Or then I'll find it and go, right, I found it, I'll put it there. And then I've lost it again. Or opening the fridge and going, nope. No, shutting the fridge again. But I find I usually have a hot flush and full body tingling, pins and needles within 5 minutes of going to bed every time. And I've got to lie there and go, it'll only last 5 minutes. It only foot's out. You start off with you get hot, so the foot goes out. Then you get really hot, so the leg goes out, and then you get too hot, you throw the whole quilt off, and then next thing you know, you're absolutely freezing. It's like the four stages of a hot flush. And not thankfully, but the only other thing in the bed is Dylan or Sky. And Sky will be like, you've woken me up, and she'll take herself off to, was it living room to get on the sofa because I've woken her up. But Dylan's fine, she doesn't mind.
I always remember just being restless legs. I had terrible
Oh,
restless legs. Oh, and then hot flushes. And there I am. I'm fidgeting all over it. I used to drive my husband absolutely barmy.
Mm.
Absolutely barmy. He just, oh God. Do you know what I mean? And so he ended
One
up on a
knee
little
up, one
slipper
knee
on the
down,
side of the
one knee
bed.
up, one knee down. Oh, and you're, oh yeah, yeah, restless leg. That's hard. That really is. So try full body tingling and restless leg at the same time while you're having a hot flush.
I always remember carrying, I used to have this little fan, this battery fan, so that I knew I could cool myself down quickly if I was having a flush. And on the rig, I used to have to go to these morning meetings where all the kind of the managers on the rig met up. Oh, and I'd have to bring out my fan, sorry, and go like this and to say, sorry, female moment. Do you know what I mean? These are chaps that are about the same age as me, so their wives must have been going through it as well. I probably thought, oh my God, I've got to cope with this at work now as well.
I have a fan that sits next to my bed. It's actually a big camping fan. It's about
Yeah,
that by that, and it's remote control. And I can stick my hand out, grab the remote control, switch it on for an hour, especially in the summer, because my flat really does get hot because I'm got four sides covered.
yeah.
And yeah, fan goes on, I fall asleep, wake up again, fan goes on, and yeah, it's my go to in the middle of the night. I've got my fan.
You know what I mean? I'm way past the hot flushes now, thank goodness. I'm way past it. Oh dear. Yeah. But I can always remember, I kind of, it changed. I always remember that when I got to kind of, I think it was when I was 50 and my hormones were all changing and that, I felt like gravity had taken hold of my body and dragged it down, and everything dropped on my body. I
I
felt
haven't really got
so.
anything to drop. I mean, I
well,
laugh.
I have, you know what I mean?
You see those videos on YouTube and that, or Instagram of people putting. I seen somebody holding a Hoover
You know, well,
or
could you imagine
or
how
a
sweaty it
bucket
gets?
or whatever.
Absolutely horrendous. But it was, I always remember, it's like, I thought, oh my God, and I started crying. It's like at 50 and that I didn't feel loved. I didn't feel me. I didn't feel womanly. I didn't feel attractive. And then suddenly everything has gone south. Oh dear. Do you know what I mean? I look back and think, oh God, yeah, do you know what I mean? The word, everything's still gone south.
I honestly couldn't imagine having the menopause with somebody else here because I know what I'm like, and I could, switch the TV off or mute it or whatever and be in total silence, and I'm happy as anything. It's like when we go out for a walk. When you go out by yourself, it's that time just to clear the brain and just da, 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 da.
It is. I find being outside walking with the dogs and that is so beneficial just for getting out there. I always, one of the big things I used to remember though as well. Now, I used to just fly, mind you, I can still do that now, fly into a rage for no reason.
Oh
Do you know what
yeah.
I mean? It's like, I'm sure my husband was writing things down of how nasty I was to him in a book so he could take it to the police just in case I murdered him or something.
I always worry I'm going to turn into a
I was
Karen.
awful. I was.
Yeah, I can find myself sometimes, it's like click, and it's like, "Rah," and I'm living in the house by myself. So
Oh,
it's
I
not
know
like
that.
I'm shouting at anybody.
I probably threw something. Do you know what I mean? I always remember my emotions were just horrific, horrific. you know, but saying that again, that's an MS thing as well. Oh dear, it was so confusing being able to, and I still don't know what was MS, what was menopause, and I'm sure I'm not the only one out there that think, well, how do you categorize them, or do you just is something that you just live with,
I
and
think it's maybe
that's part of it.
I mean, you were diagnosed, how old were you?
2016, so I was 52.
Because I think it would be hard for younger women and guys get MS as well. But with women, if you knew when you're 20s that you had MS, then you would be all right come to your 40s because you would understand it's something
That's
different.
right.
But if you got diagnosed, say, in your early 40s with MS, then it's hard because when you start going through the menopause, that's when you do the, is it MS? Is it menopause? Or
Yeah,
what's the menopause? I've just been having MS symptoms.
because I always remember I had such a responsible position, and I had real trouble doing my work. And that sounds really stupid, but I had flights coming in, I had all these injections to do, I had to treat the ill people, I had to give inductions and things like that. And do you know what I mean? It was so hard for me to sort my brain and to put and actually do the work. I always remember that. I thought I'm going mad. I really thought I was going mad and thought, what on earth's happened? What's happened?
Mine, I find, just crept up on me. And I wasn't thinking, oh, I've now got the menopause. One, I was just happy my period had finished. That was quite a happy thing. Uh, but yeah, it just kind of crept up on me. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, is it me or is it hot in here? Is that kind of, you know,
I can remember when you started your hot flushes
oh, I mean,
because because you had so much because you really do sweat, and I remember you in your t-shirt and you had just sweat everywhere and
oh
thinking,
yeah, it could be
oh,
-5. And well, it's like this morning I was out and I think where I was -4 like it was the other day. And I got home, had to change. I was that hot and sweaty. And it's not like the other day I was walking up Trimming, I'm walking up that hill. And I was thinking to myself, I used to stride up here thinking nothing of it. And then I realized that was 10 years ago. Even
you're
though it was,
getting old.
it's like Dylan's now 12. It's like, where did the time go? When she was 2, we'd be walking up that hill like there was nobody's business. Now I'm halfway up going, we're not there yet.
I
But it
know.
was nice up there this morning. We had about 2 inches of snow, bit frozen on top, but it was lovely.
No, well, that's good. Yeah, but no, I find getting outside and forgetting about all the symptoms and that, just really helps, really helps. So there, well, I think there we are. It is just, and so everyone out there is watching this now. You're not alone. We're living with it, and actually, we don't know everything, but HRT, hormone replacement therapy, and that I never had it, but because I was going through MS.
It's
So
interesting with menopause now because it is being talked about. Davina McCall did was it a thing on Channel 4, I think it was. And I'm very honest with it. I was in the vets and the girl gave me a thing. My card didn't go through, so I went to do the number and went, oh yeah, and put it in. And I looked at the woman and went, menopause brain. And she just laughed because she knew exactly what I meant.
I've had loads of conversations with people at the checkouts about menopause because there's us women there standing there and just dripping with sweat. But we do understand. Yeah, I think getting a bunch of women together and talking about the menopause and that, what a party that would be, eh?
Although you'd have to have the door open because somebody will be having a hot flush. Somebody wants a drink of whatever, preferably alcohol. Someone's got the munchies over here, and then
Someone's
all of us,
crying in the corner.
and
Someone's
somebody's
having an
crying in the
argument out.
corner. Exactly,
So,
exactly that. I could see it as was it a French and Saunders skit?
definitely. It would be funny, wouldn't it? But yeah, you can see it. But it's because women have forced the medical professionals to actually, we've got this problem and we need to deal with it. And it really is at times debilitating, the menopause, definitely.
Oh yeah.
And I'm glad that people like Davina McCall and things like that, people like her, bring up these things and make people have that conversation. I'm glad it's out there in the open because when I was going through it, there was talk about it and there was lots of bad talk about HRT wasn't doing anything. But
Or it
yeah.
was making you fat, or it was doing something else, or it was affecting this. Yeah, there was loads of reasons why, people were, or sorry, women weren't taking it.
And I know in this country and that because, well, I was in England at the time, and you pay for your prescriptions in England, and you had this packet of pills, and you had different types of packet in this packet of pills, and you had to pay 2 prescription fees. Oh, it used to be
Oh,
uproar every.
don't you get a voucher or something where you pay like £150 and that's you sorted or something? I mean, we are so lucky here in Scotland, so
Oh, so
lucky.
lucky, so lucky. You don't believe how, understand how lucky you are in that. But I always remember that it is because, yeah, you had to pay double price. I haven't had HRT in that, but I know people that have had. And I'd be really annoyed as well because you're getting one packet of pills, but actually, because there's 2 separate ones in there, it was 2 prices. I think it's all
That'd
changed
be
now because
what?
it's stupid.
It's what did you say? It's like £10 per prescription. Because I remember when I came back from England and I went to the local chemist and I'm there, I got my prescription, and I went, how much is that? And the girl looked at me and went, it's free. I went, I've just come because I had to explain why I got my purse out. And yeah, I mean, I read someplace about medical debt and how Americans, it's like, how many people in the UK have medical debt? Zero. How many people in America? 500,000. It's,
It's we're fortunate. We're so fortunate
oh
over
God,
here.
I.
Yeah, aren't we ever? Anyway, I think we'll end that here for tonight. And then next week we can talk about bladder issues and so much more.
That I have nothing. No, you're talking to the wrong person. My bladder is perfect.
There we are. But no, we can, well, hopefully we can get some comments on this chat. And actually, what questions do you want us to talk about? Because there's a lot to talk about on the menopause and definitely the menopause and MS because they're kind of is trying to sort them out into individual things. There we are. Sorry, I'm looking after Sky. Suzanne's going skiing tomorrow, so I've got Sky, and she's just come beside me, and I'm smoothing her. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this podcast, and we'll see you next week.
Yep.
Please add a comment, give us a question. What do you want me to talk about? We will continue this and see where we go with this. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one. Let's just keep this conversation going.